Hi, Libra. Thanks for being here. We're doing a general tarot reading for you right now, Libra. In the preparation for this reading, it kept feeling like this is some kind of bookend for you. I don't know if that relates to the reading. I don't know if that relates to a period of time. However it resonates, but definitely strong message that this is a bookend for you, Libra. Thanks for being here. I'm Cal. This is Working with Resonance, and we'll jump straight in, see what's coming through for you today, Libra. Four of Cups. Strength. Feel like there's one more. Maybe not. We'll just put it aside for now. Four of Cups. It feels like you're being noticed, Libra. This feels like it's an external energy. Feels like you're being noticed. People starting to recognize you. Discuss. It feels like they're discussing your opinions. Take that how it resonates. Strength, the courage to just allow it and not over focus, not become anxious about what might be being said about you, Libra. Maintain your focus on your balance, inner and outer, physical, non-physical. It almost feels like there's a very protective aspect. At first, I thought it might have been your non-physical self, but it feels like it's a different aspect to you or part of you, Libra, that perhaps you view as something that's very raw, primal almost. But it feels like it does feel like it's a created aspect of you, but that created aspect of you becoming very protective of you. Interesting. Interesting because there's this shift as I'm describing that to you. It's actually an inverted polarity, what they've described. Because what they've added on at the end then is it's the physical part of you that's become very protective of that very primal part of you. It's a beautiful message. It is a beautiful message, but it's an inverted polarity or polarity flip on the way traditionally it would have been read or translated. Wow. All right, so you're starting to be noticed, Libra. Well done. You'd feel like there was another overall card coming through, but maybe not. Okay, so we'll just jump straight on in and see what else is coming through for you today. Five of Pentacles. What have I got myself into? What have I got myself into? Five of Pentacles in this deck generally talks about, maybe it's just an Aussie slang, old school, doing the midnight flip, trying to fly under the radar out of some kind of fear or anxiety of the consequences of your actions. Now, that might not necessarily be negative consequences. Again, it's kind of an inversion of the polarity, because it wasn't all that long ago that the frequencies coming through in the Five of Pentacles for you would have been interpreted as negative, very dense, lesser, a lot of anxiety and fear. But there's no fear coming through here necessarily for you today, Libra, except it's the anticipation or the excitement that's generated by a new experience. Perhaps feeling like you're not quite sure how to handle it at this point. So you're just trying to lay low and allow it to do whatever it does. Well, whatever it's doing is going to bring a change for you. Five of Swords. And the translation is very different again. Very different again. I know they've been changing the translation over the last 6 to 8 weeks. But this is the first time this particular translation has come through with the Five of Swords here. It feels like your higher self, your soul, your source, God, is kind of grabbing your attention and saying, I need you to do this, 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 and this. Feels like you might have been distracted. Definitely grabbing your attention. The two fives together talking about an idea, a concept coming into form, perhaps something that you manifested intentionally. This is showing me the cosmic egg phase of the moon. Beautiful. I like this interaction here between you and the higher self. Feels like you're alert. And almost as though you're going through a learning phase. Beautiful. Two of Swords in the awareness. Brokering a peace. Yeah, kind of. Brokering peace. Two of Swords. Also talking about a phase that many of us are moving into. It's coming through in the readings a lot about being the center point of the infinity symbol. So whatever that means for you. But in this case, it's talking about being aware of the polarity, being aware of the duality, and recognizing that it's just pattern and flow. It's only temporary, and if you just let it flow without getting in the way of it, it will flow more easily and things pass quickly. Yes, they do. And then through that awareness, moving into a more relaxed state of being. letting go of the hypervigilance, being on guard, trying to control all the contingencies, making sure this and that happens and doesn't happen, and taking that responsibility off of your shoulders. Yes. Beautiful. Always beautiful. Yeah, it is always, always beautiful. I'm not quite sure why we are shuffling, but we are. Okay. Thank you. There could be a slight change of direction as this unfolds. Ace of Cups, universally driven by source energy. Source codes now activating within the cellular form. Yes, you downloaded them recently or a little while ago in some light activations, solar activations, Christ-light activations, even with the sun. It feels like you are now both feet on the path for this new phase. Perhaps just turning around to say goodbye to the old. Yes. Indeed, 5 of Wands. Achieving the impossible. Perhaps even this concept that's coming into form here is something that has been suggested in the past or that you've thought about in the past and thought, oh, it'd be great, but, and then whatever the cause or reason for not doing it, or that it won't come into fruition after that. Now you've got 3 5s. So this change is unfolding fairly quickly, it feels, because with 3 5s, you now move into the flow. And here you are, King of Swords. Feels like you're just sitting back watching everything unfold. Truly awesome. Not taking any action, just watching it unfold. So calm now. Yes, so calm, just fully present in the moment. Completely immersed in the task at hand, whatever that may be. 8 of Pentacles. Even though you are immersed in the task at hand, and whatever that may be, could be something domestic, like household duty, chore, or work, or dealing with a child, could be anything. Regardless of whether it's work or not, it's strongly coming through to the point that I can barely speak because of the intensity of the frequency coming through. Whatever it is that you are creating or have been creating to bring into form, it feels like it just feeds your income, for lack of a better description at this point. Passive income, there you go. Passive income, perhaps. There's income coming in beyond whatever it is that you're working on right here, right now. That's a very long detour on getting to that message. Yes, combining here with that sense that you're just watching things unfold and the casualness and relaxation in the two as well. Where to from here? Where's it going? What is its potential? It doesn't really matter. Two of Pentacles. The universe takes care of that. Your higher self takes care of that. God takes care of that. Source takes care of that, however you perceive it. You simply allow your instincts to move you. Beautiful. Seven of Swords. You are meeting yourself in form. Yes. It feels like the revelation here that normally comes through in the Seven of Swords is, something about your emanation or some hint on fine-tuning. Today, Libra, it's coming through simply love and acceptance and joy of meeting you. How interesting. It's very interesting reading. Very interesting reading, Libra. I'm very tempted to go in search. Let me see if I'm allowed to. Thanks. This is more in. No, it will come to me. That's okay. This was the answer to my question about do I go and search for an oracle deck or not for you? And the message here clearly with the Three of Wands in reverse is no. No, that's okay. So that is your reading for today, Libra. I do hope it helps in some way. It feels like you're moving into this space of just a level of calm, relaxation, and flow that you haven't experienced before. And it does feel like it's a result of stepping outside your comfort zone and giving it a go, whatever that is for you. Thanks for being here. Lots of love. I'll see you again soon.